Hey guys, today I'll give you the origins of Antman. Antman is by far one of Marvel's most popular Avengers and made his first movie appearance in 2015's Ant-Man, being portrayed by Paul Rudd, who plays him very well, even though he plays the second Ant-Man, Scott Lang, but I'll be focusing on the first Ant-Man, Hank Pym. Dr. Henry Hank Pym was a scientist that worked on shrinking objects with a serum that he had created. He explained that his science was supposed to help revolutionize mankind and help with transporting people and goods around the world. He also wanted to prove his scientific worth to the community. With his shrinking serum already created, he was able to shrink and then re-enlarge a chair. Discovering this, he decided to use a biological test subject. So he tested it on himself when he dropped some of the serum on his arm. He actually shrunk down smaller than he had first intended. But he had left the antidote on the window ledge, but he was too small to reach it. Running outside, screaming help, but no one could hear him because of the size he was, he caught the attention of a colony of ants. But they weren't going to help him, so he ran into the anthill to hide, but fell into some honey. There he encountered a friendly ant that helped him, and using his knowledge of judo against the less friendly ants. With his new ant friend, he made his way back to his lab and re-enlarged himself. Discovering that his serum could potentially be dangerous, he decided to destroy it by pouring it down the sink so that it would not be used for any darker intent. A few weeks later, he discovered he had acted rationally, so he decided to recreate it, whilst he also discovered a fascination with ants. Studying the creatures, he discovered how they live and how they communicate by discovering electro waves that travel through their antenna. So he created a helmet and a suit which would allow him to communicate with the ants and cease their more aggressive nature. At first there were resistance from larger ants, but he discovered that even though his size was smaller, his strength and his speed was still that of a normal-sized human. So he actually decided to test it out when communists broke into his lab when they attempted to take his research, since it was for the good of American people. But when since he's smaller, he enlisted the help of an army of ants, which actually helped Hank by breaking back into his lab and jamming the communist guns with honey. Freeing Hank's co-workers that had been taken hostage, they managed to fend off the communists, and Hank re-enlarged himself to a normal human, calling himself Antman and saying that that it was all because of his serum of shrinking things. Ant-Man would later on become the newest member of the Avengers, consisting of Captain America, Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, and Quicksilver. Being the smallest member of the Avengers, and also Marvel's answer to DC's The Atom, he is by far one of the most recognizable of the Avengers, and one of the most fun. Well, that's it for Ant-Man, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and comment what you think down below, and I'll be back next week to give you more origins. See you guys.